thank you, councilors. And I just want to thank you again for your commitment to the city and the incredible amount of time and energy you put into what you're doing for us. So thank you for stepping up and being leaders. And I wanted to call your attention to a couple of points about the climate-friendly and equitable communities. The language that's being used, there's a downside to this direction of electric vehicles, and calling it climate friendly. And I want to call your attention to this book called Cobalt Red. It's how the blood of the Congo powers our lives. It's by Siddhartha Kara, Cobalt Red. And he talks about the fact that we're heading down a path where we're relying on cobalt to create lithium batteries, rechargeable lithium batteries. And what that's doing to the Democratic Republic of the Congo is devastating. It's not climate friendly, and it's not equitable. It's devastating. There's slavery in slave labor in the Congo, and it comes in the form of artisanal mining. Artisanal mining is people working with little hand shovels and spades in open pit mines harvesting cobalt. There are 45 million artisanal miners in the world now, according to this author, and they make up about 90% of the mining workforce. These are people working with their hands in open pits. And the Democratic Republic of Congo has about 50% of the known cobalt reserves. They currently provide about 72% of those cobalt reserves. And the Chinese government currently refines about 75%, produces about 75% of the cobalt reserves. So we have one country producing most of the cobalt, controlled by China. And when you look at a vehicle, they require 10 kilograms of cobalt for that battery in that vehicle, which is 1,000 times the amount of cobalt that you need for your cell phone battery, okay? And they're predicting that the demand, according to, look at, if Oregon and Ashland stick to this 2050 goal of reducing the carbon emissions from vehicles, because they're purported to attribute to the highest global warming, if that were to be accomplished, where would that cobalt come from? It would come from the Congo. And it's just unbelievable. The author, I won't keep you too long, but the author has studied slavery in international communities for 21 years, and he says, 21 years of research into slavery and child labor, I have never seen more extreme predation for profit than I witnessed at the bottom of the global cobalt supply chain. Our daily lives are powered by human and environmental catastrophe in the Congo. And it has a human interest story of a woman. Her husband was a miner, and he died from a respiratory infection working in the mines. She lost 2 babies with miscarriage. And she says, I thank God for taking my babies, she said. Here it is better not to be born. And obviously as council members in a small town, you can't change the government policy, but we have a government run amok. We have 750 military bases in 80 countries. In 2006 we used 4.6 billion gallons of fuel, 30 million megawatts of power. We're fueling. So they want to go invade Ukraine or do some military adventure, and we all can stack and pack 4-story residential complexes and take people's cars away when the government is. If they stopped one aircraft carrier from going from the Caribbean to Europe or something, that's enough fuel saved to meet all the Ashland's needs for a year. So I'm kind of rambling on, but I'll cut it short. But I want you to keep your eyes open to this goal of what's it called, climate-friendly, equitable communities. Let's not be myopic in our view of that affecting just Ashland and everybody in America who has a good life. Let's look at what are the implications for that. If our demand for cobalt stays where it is, we're driving these other countries into destitution and slavery. Miners in the Congo make $2 a day, $1 to $2 a day, all day, working with their hands in the polluted environment. It's deadly, and let's keep our eyes open to the other side of the story, and I appreciate your time very much. Thank you very much.